So what do you do when you post one job application, but you find yourself with hundreds of resumes? It's a common problem that a lot of employers come to us with. Because when you think about it, for every one job that you're posting, you're likely to get 250 resumes. Of those resumes, only 4 to 6 are going to get interviews, and only 1 is going to get the job. So, what do? Well, there are a few things that we would recommend you consider. The first is an applicant tracking system. This is a specialized piece of software that in some cases will even go through all the resumes that you get to look for buzzwords. Now, this software can usually be tailored for both small and large employers. But let's say that you're on a limited budget and you know that you're not going to be able to invest in a piece of equipment like that. Well, one of the things that you can do is that you can say that after you receive so many resumes, you're going to close the job posting down. And the federal government does that, and it works pretty well for them. The thing that you have to keep in mind, though, is that you have to make sure that you're advertising so that you don't just select a particular group. So for instance, if you're going to advertise a job posting on Twitter, you're probably not going to get a lot of older workers. And you need to make sure that you have a diverse candidate pool to go with. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing that you can do is to include really specific directions. So of course, when you're hiring somebody, you want to make sure that you are hiring somebody that can follow your direction and that will execute your plans. So if you include specific directions with your job posting, that may help to separate out those that are detail-oriented or those that are not. The last thing that we recommend that you consider doing is to have some sort of a deal breaker. What do I mean by a deal breaker? Well, we all know that it's pretty easy to send a resume and cover letter for tons of jobs, but what about if you include something different? What about if, for instance, you ask someone to give you a proposal? So if you're advertising for a sales position, you may want to ask the person to submit something like a client proposal or something like that, some sort of problem solving. In a lot of cases, that's going to weed out those applicants that are truly serious about your job and those that were just applying on a whim. So to recap, what can you do when you're going to post one job application and you know you're going to be flooded with resumes? You can limit the number of resumes you take. You can invest in an applicant tracking system. You can include very detailed directions, or you can include a deal breaker. We hope this information has been helpful to you. You can contact us anytime for a business question like this at 1-800-499-4419, extension 3, or at member411 at njbia.org.